Hey everybody, welcome back to the Light Side Music Reactions. Today we're checking out another new artist to the channel. I've heard of him before and I've heard some of his songs, but there's a lot of his songs that I haven't heard. And today we're going to check out one that I have not heard yet. And the reason why I'm reacting to this artist and this song today is because today is National Best Friends Day. And I'm going to, as soon as I name the artist that we're listening to, maybe you can figure out if you've heard of this song before, what the song is that we're reacting to. But today's artist is Tim McGraw. Anybody familiar with Tim McGraw? Famous country singer. He's released 16 studio albums, and 10 of those have reached number one on the top country albums charts. Let's see. His albums have produced 65 singles, 25 of which have reached number one on the Hot Country Songs or Country Airplay charts. And so he's been around for a while. He's released a lot of great music. He's married famously to Faith Hill, who is another famous country singer, and they've done some duets together, and they've even done some acting together. In fact, Tim was in the movie The Blind Side, and he was also in Friday Night Lights, The Kingdom, Tomorrowland, Four Christmases, and in 2 episodes of Yellowstone, the TV series. I mentioned that in another video recently, that was a fantastic series, and I'm excited to see when they get back to showing new episodes of that. And also, he was he and Faith Hill both were main characters in the spinoff series, which was a prequel series called 1883. And that was a fantastic series. It just lasted 1 season, and it was intended to because it had a specific beginning and a specific ending. And again, I'm wanting to see the continuation of the other spinoff series they're doing, 1923, I think is what it's called. And it's been in production for a while, and I'm really excited to see them pick back up with that series. But he was also in The Shack and Flicka, Country Strong, and I guess I didn't know this either, but he was a minority owner of the Arena Football League's Nashville Cats. And their oldest son is the former Major League Baseball pitcher Tug McGraw. I've heard that name, but didn't realize the connection. But anyway, you might recognize some of Tim McGraw's songs. Indian Outlaw was one of his first ones. Live Like You Were Dying, that's a great song. The Cowboy and Me, I'm not familiar with that one. Don't Take the Girl, boy, that's a tearjerker song. I Like It, I Love It, I Want Some More of It, that's Tim McGraw. He's got a bunch of great songs out there, but the one we're taking a listen to today, if you haven't guessed yet, is called My Best Friend. And I'm reacting to it today because today is National Best Friends Day. So I don't know if this song is specifically about a platonic relationship, like you would have with, a friend of the same gender, or sometimes, you can have platonic relationships with people of a different gender. But I don't know if it's that kind of relationship, or, considering, his relationship with Faith Hill, this might be a song that he dedicated to her or something, how you think of your significant other as your best friend sort of thing. I have no idea. But it was released in 1999 as the 3rd single from his album, A Place in the Sun. And it reached number one on the U.S. Billboard Hot Country and Singles and Tracks chart. So let's go ahead and check it out for the first time ever for me. Tim McGraw, My Best Friend. And here we go.
I never had no one I could count on. I've been let down so many times.
Nice voice.
I was tired of hurting, so tired of searching, till you walked into my life.
Sounds like a romantic song. I have heard this song. Okay. Okay. As soon as he got to the chorus, I recognized that. I don't know the song. I've heard it a few times in passing, but didn't realize who it was singing it. And I don't know the song that well, but I have heard that chorus before. But yeah, obviously this is a song about a romantic relationship. That first line, I've never had no one that I could count on. That's the backwoods, poor country grammar that we kind of come to expect from country music and sometimes rap music. I mean, I guess you hear you hear it all the time nowadays with pop music too. But it's that poor grammar that people speak, just a normal conversation that if you would use that kind of language in school, you'd lose points. The teacher would correct you for it real quick because never had no one. That's a double negative. It's never had anyone. If you never had no one, then you had someone. So, but anyway, yeah, he's singing this to a romantic partner. Again, I'm guessing he's dedicating this to Faith Hill. But you're more than a lover. Never could be another.
Make me feel the way you do. Oh, we just get closer. I fall in love all over. Every time I look at you, I don't know where I'd be without you here with me. I'm with you makes perfect sense. You're my best friend.
Okay.
You're
All right.
my best friend.
All right. So, yeah, obviously, as I said, this is a romantic song about how his partner is also his best friend. And so I don't know if you guys have a romantic partner out there. If you do, Valentine's Day is typically a time when we set aside for them. But today is, Best Friends Day. If you don't have a romantic partner, think about a platonic partner, a platonic friend, somebody that you can confide in, somebody that's like a best friend to you, that you have that special relationship where you can tell your secrets and you can trust them with it. A friend like no other. And just think about them today. Of course, all these lyrics are obviously going to apply to that kind of relationship. But in honor of National Best Friend today, National Best Friend Day today, I dedicate this reaction video to our best friends out there. I've had a couple best friends throughout my life. I remember in elementary school, one of them was Ron Mugridge. He was my best friend since I think it was first or second grade. And we used to sit down and draw our comic books together and create characters. And we wrote and drew comic books together until like fifth or sixth grade. We continued doing it. We had a whole series of comics that we did. And we called it L&M Comics, was based on our last names. And then in high school, he moved away, and we kind of lost track of each other. And then another one of my I was friends with was Harold Kidd, and we used to draw comic books together in high school, and we did our own sort of thing like Ron and I used to do, and we called it K&L Comics. And again, using the initials there. But and then once I got out of high school, my best friend was Todd Clark. He's the bass player for my first band, Crusade. And we're still great friends today. We still confide in each other and have those types of personal conversations that we don't have with other people. We can confide in each other, tell each other our secrets, and we can trust each other not to reveal those to other people. And I remember, when the band was together, I used to work at a grocery store, and in the early days of the band, I would walk, when I would get off work from the grocery store at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I would walk across the street to his apartment, which was across the street from the grocery store where I worked. And I'd bring my guitar, and he'd get out his bass. We'd play some songs and goof around a little bit. And then we'd talk religion, politics, and whatever throughout the night. And that would drive his wife crazy sometimes. She'd be like, Kevin, go home. It's time for him to come to bed, that sort of thing. And then sometimes she'd stay up with us and talk too. But a lot of times we would just sit there and, talk all night long. And that's what a best friend is about. And then after that, when I moved to Belmont County, I had a best friend up there, Lauren Reiser, who is also he was lead singer for my band that we had up there. And we did a lot of musical stuff together and hung out with each other. And we were accountability partners. If I had things I was struggling with, I could call him, and he would give me advice, and he would give me encouragement and help me to get out of those problems in my mind, and to overcome temptations or whatever it was that was bothering me. And everybody, I think, needs a best friend like that. And it might be a romantic partner, or it might be somebody, just a platonic relationship. And I hope that each and every one of you has a friend like that you can confide in and can confide in you. And it's a special relationship that nobody else has. And even if it's not a romantic thing, it's a very special relationship to have a special friend like that. All right, let's get back into the song.
You stand by me and you believe in me like nobody ever had.
See, that could be your best friend too, not just romantic.
When my world goes crazy, you're right there to save me. You make me see how much I have, and I still tremble when we touch.
Okay, now we're getting to the romantic part.
The look in your eyes when we make love, you're more than there can never be another to make me feel the way you do. Oh, we just get closer. I fall in love all over every time I look at you. And I don't know where I'd be without you here with me. Life with you makes perfect sense. You're my best friend.
All right. So to kind of summarize for the second verse here, we're getting into the romantic situation. So we talked a little bit about our platonic relationships. So now let's get into the romantic situations. There is no better way to build a romantic relationship than to start with that relationship being platonic. You might have an attraction to that person, but to have it be a relationship to where, as the song says, you're not just lovers, but you're actually best friends. And to build a relationship upon that basis just makes it so much richer. And, in today's society, and it's been like this for generations, for centuries actually, that divorce is, even in biblical times, BC times, going back to the beginning of time, as long as people have been starting relationships and getting together, people have been ending relationships and breaking up. And it seems that it just gets more prevalent and easier to do all the time. And that's very sad that it's so easy to end a committed relationship like that. Personally, I understand why divorces happen. I've been there. I know. Believe me, I'm not judging. But I think it's just way too easy to do that. And, there's a time when, all else has failed and that is the only option left behind. But honestly, I just wish more people would put more into trying to save their relationships before just automatically going to that as the first resort. There comes a time when you have to cut ties and you have to end a relationship. But if you are struggling with your relationship with your significant other, your romantic partner, especially if you're already married, in a married, committed relationship, and if you've got children, try to work it out. Go to counseling. Try to see each other's side of it and talk it through and try to come up with a solution. And if that doesn't work, then of course divorce is the option that you end up going with. But if you start your relationship as best friends, then I think that it's a lot easier to make those relationships work long term. If it's not just built on lust and built on physical attraction, but it's built on a spiritual attraction that you have, that you're actually two kindred spirits, not just two bodies that are attracted to each other, but kindred spirits that are attracted to each other. And when you get married, it's actually a joining of two souls, two spirits. And that's my advice to anybody who is in a romantic relationship or seeking to get into one, is to make sure that the person that you are getting involved with is a spiritual connection as well as a physical one. All right, let's get back into the song. Let's finish her up.
My best friend.
I like that nice drum roll there. I like the steel guitar there also. Steel guitar is a staple in country music. There's the Alabama song. You only play in Texas. You can only play in Texas if you have a fiddle in a band. But I think even more of a staple to country music than a fiddle or a banjo, something like that, is the steel guitar. Anytime you hear a steel guitar, it's almost got to be a country song, unless it's somebody experimenting and introducing, new instruments into pop music or whatever, to kind of be creative. And believe me, I'm on board for that. Creative music, sometimes you get some duds, but if you just get creative with your music when you're making songs and writing songs and producing them, sometimes you might end up coming with a big hit because you just did something unique that nobody's ever done before. But whenever I hear a steel guitar, I think of country music. And I like it in this song because it's not overbearing. It's not real whiny and just too overbearing like in some old country songs. I find that in older country, the steel guitar is just too much for me, for my personal tastes. But it's subtle in this song. It's there, but it's not overbearing the other instruments, and I like that. And the drums, I really like these drums. And the harmonies, they're real subtle. You almost don't realize that there's people singing in the background. There you hear the first time ever, right there at the end, for the first time ever, you hear the female background vocals kind of come out into the forefront. Up until now, it's just been real subtle. And the focus has been on his voice and the drums carrying the rhythm, and the rest of the instruments just blended together. So whoever produced this did a really good job. This song is produced very well. Drums there on the hi-hat or on the cymbal. Very good drummer. All right, that's Tim McGraw, My Best Friend. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy this video? Do you know some other great Tim McGraw songs that you think I should react to? Or do you have another artist or a specific song from somebody else, even in a different genre, that you would like to see me react to? Go ahead and suggest it. And if I take your reaction, or if I take your suggestion, I'll send you a shout out here on the channel as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you know when we add new contents or go live. And we just really look forward to communicating with you, hearing what you think, and getting your suggestions and your input. That way, it's not just me doing all the talking, but I get to hear back from you guys as well. But anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you have a best friend to celebrate today with. If you do, give them a call today. Say, hey, I was just thinking about you. How you doing, man? And happy Best Friends Day. Anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time on the Light Side Music Reactions. Bye, everybody.